Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jackie Burgess Bishop, and I have the distinct privilege of being the CEO for the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois, and want to extend our sincere gratitude for you out of your busy afternoons to join us today on our virtual kickoff for our 21st Walk for Kidneys. In these very challenging times, this walk helps to provide the foundation to fund our programs, our outreach, and make a difference in the 1 in 3 persons that are potentially affected by kidney disease. So as we go through our virtual kickoff today, we selected this weekend because if we would have been walking tomorrow, but in light certainly of the pandemic, we, for the safety of everyone, chose to move our walk back to September 13th. What you see behind me is a virtual background, yay Zoom, a virtual background of Horner Park where we are scheduled to have our walk. So thank you again to all our sponsors, our teams, our walkers in the past, the walkers that are going to join us as we continue to fight kidney disease and move toward kidney health. So at this point, I would like to turn it over to Heidi Merritt, our Senior Director for Development at NKFI. So hi, Heidi, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Jackie. Again, I'm Heidi Merritt, the Senior Director of Development. And we are so thankful that you chose to participate in today's virtual kickoff. We're very thrilled to have you here, which is the start of the countdown to our walk on September 13th. And today we're going to provide you with a lot of great information about the event, how to create your team, and give you some fundraising ideas you can do while still social distancing. So be sure to stay for the whole presentation as we're giving away some raffle prizes at the end. And also, if you have any questions, we will be having a Q&A session at the end. So if you have any, write them in the Q&A box below and we'll answer them at that time, at the end. So without further ado, now I'd like to introduce you to Steve Jastro. He is our special events coordinator and your go-to person for the walk. He's here to help you with anything that you need when it comes to the walk. And you are definitely in good hands with Steve.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Hello, everyone. Like you said, my name is Steve. I'm the special events coordinator at the NKFI. You've probably seen my name on many emails coming through about the walk, and you'll be sure to see it many more times. Before September 13th, I've been with the NKFI for almost a year now, but was not at last year's walk. So very much looking forward to being there this year with everyone and having a great time. So with that, let's move right along and get into some details for the event. So as Jackie mentioned, it is now September 13th, and again, looking forward to that date. As Jackie also mentioned, we are looking at Horner Park, which is towards the northwest side of Chicago. Still waiting on official confirmation from the city to get that, but once we get that confirmation, you'll be sure to know as soon as possible. So really looking forward to that location. In terms of day of schedule, if you participated with us in the past, this should look pretty similar. We start the day at 9:30 a.m. with registration and check-in. Shortly thereafter, the Health Fair and Kidney Zone opens up with a lot of great fun activities for the whole family. At 10:10 will be our program portion. And then at 10:30, we'll step off for the Walk for Kidneys. If you happen to be a little bit late or for whatever reason, last call for registration is at 10:50. So don't worry if you're running a little bit late, you can still walk with us. And then right around 1 o'clock, the event will conclude and you have the rest of the day to enjoy the city, do whatever you want. Hopefully in September, we have some good weather. So now for what to bring. So these are all just sort of recommendations. You don't have to bring them all if you don't like, but these are what we found over the past to be some good ideas to bring with you on the day of. So starting off, donations. If you have any cash or check donations that you want to bring to add to your team totals, that's completely okay. We'll have donation envelopes at registration, so you can bring those when you register. Sunscreen, a big one. Obviously, mid-September might be a little bit different than late June, but sunscreen is always potentially an option for us. Weather-appropriate clothing. Mid-September, again, it could be hot, it could be cold, it could be raining, it could be snowing, who knows? So just be mindful of the weather that day and wear weather-appropriate clothing. Comfy shoes, pretty obvious. The trail should be flat and paved and an easy walk, but as it's about 3 miles, you're gonna wanna bring some comfy shoes for the walk. A water bottle. We will have water on site, but with everything going on, I think it's a good idea to bring a refillable water bottle that you can use. Blankets or chairs, again, at your discretion. You know, if you come early and want to just relax before the walk in the grass or something, feel free to bring some blanket and chairs to hang out. And then finally, obviously, mask, hand sanitizer, gloves. You know, we don't know exactly what September will bring. Likely everyone will still be wearing masks and we'll have some hand sanitizer and gloves on site, but if you could bring your own, that would be a great help. So to move things right along here, I'd now like to virtually pass the baton over to Jackie Christie. She's a longtime supporter of our walk and team captain of Team Ellie. So I'll pass it over to her to talk about her family story.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I got involved with the National Kidney Foundation about 5 years ago. My daughter, Ellie, the one in the middle, was born in complete kidney failure. She is a twin. Her twin's doing fine. But Ellie, at 6 weeks old, found out that she would require a kidney transplant. And so we had to do what we needed to do to keep her alive. And so with a lot of medication, and then she started peritoneal dialysis. We got her big enough to have a kidney transplant when she was almost 2 years old. I donated my kidney to her, and she's doing great now. We are coming up on 5 years post-transplant, and we have walked almost every year now since she has been born. If she has been sick or in the hospital, we have passed on that. But we usually have a big group, usually 15 to 25 people in Team Ellie, and we've raised each year a few $1,000s to go towards the foundation. Ellie's doing well now. She's going into first grade this upcoming school year. She's just on her anti-rejection meds. And she is almost developmentally caught up with the rest of her peers. So that's a little bit about us and why we walk. And I think I'm passing it over to Heidi now.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much, Jackie. We truly appreciate all your continued support and for everything that you do. You are really an inspiration, and thank you so much for everything.
Thanks.
So now going to go into some information just about the event and creating your team and some fundraising. So for those of you, if you haven't registered your team yet, you can go to nkfi.org/walk. And there, after you input your username and password, you can create your team name and make your team name fun. Some examples from the previous years, some of the names are that I really liked. Team Share Your Spare, or I'll give you one of mine, and my personal favorite, Kidney Beans. So during the registration process, you'll have a chance to also set your team fundraising goal. And set an aggressive goal, aim high, make it meaningful. And you'll also want to, after you've created your team, then you can let your friends and family and coworkers know that you're participating in the walk and ask them to be part of your team. Aim for at least 10 people to be on your team. And don't forget, everyone who individually raises $100 gets a Walk for Kidneys t-shirt. So once you have created your team and have set your fundraising goal, then it's time to get started. You can customize your team page with pictures and videos of why you're walking. And we encourage you, make a self-donation. It sets the tone for others to follow. You can also use the joy of social media to announce your participation in the walk. You can encourage people to either join your team and or make a donation to your team. You can send emails to friends and family to join your team and encourage them to raise funds. And in your emails, you can include a story of why you're raising money, and then over the coming months leading up to the walk, continue to communicate with your team members on different ideas for fundraising. Periodically sending those emails who haven't responded to join your team. And sometimes it may take 3 or 4 emails because we realize people are extremely busy, and especially in light of the current times, they may need a reminder, and more often than not, they'll actually appreciate those reminders for you participating on your team. So through all of these things that I just mentioned, you can do all of these things right from the dashboard. So after you've registered your team, then you log into the system, and then you'll see right from the dashboard is where you can either edit your team name, you can customize the team, your team page with videos or photos. You can send out emails right from here, and we've already created some email templates so you don't have to create them from scratch, because why reinvent the wheel? And even these email templates that are within the dashboard, you can customize them. We've already gotten you started. So we completely understand that some people may not know where to start when it comes to fundraising. And even during these times of social distancing and many people working remotely, there are still many ways you can successfully fundraise and achieve your goal. So one is a virtual happy hour or doing a virtual movie party. And are you celebrating a birthday? If your birthday falls in between now and the walk, ask for donations instead of gifts. It's a great and simple way to raise money, and it's a lot easier for your friends and family to write you a check for a donation instead of spending hours trying to shop for you. So, and again, even with many of us working from home, you probably still receive correspondence from your company via emails or newsletters. See and ask if your company would be willing to put in a blurb about your involvement with the walk. And you can even include a link to your webpage. And finally, just another one, a curse jar. We've all done it, we admit it. So what you can do is place a curse jar at home, or if you're going back to the office sometime soon, and whenever someone says a curse word, they have to open up their wallet and put $1 in the jar. So now, what do you do next? Now that you've set up your team and you have some fundraising ideas, what comes next? So again, getting the word out about the walk, your involvement, and how people can support you. And make it easy for your donors to respond. Let them know about donating online, because actually, on average, a walker raises 30 to 40% more by using an online campaign. And again, following up those 2-3 times with friendly reminders, everything that's going on in the world today, it's easy to get caught up in their daily tasks. So, but most importantly, thank your donors. A kind word acknowledging their support really, really goes a long way. So, and again, if you want a Walk for Kidneys t-shirt, a real simple way is a 20-ounce water bottle, and we all need to drink our water. It actually holds $100 worth of dimes. So this is a real easy way to raise that $100 to get a walk t-shirt. And we also have additional fundraising and incentive items, and you can definitely find those on the walk website. So now that we've given you a lot of information, and there is additional information on the Walk for Kidneys website. So, but if you have additional questions on whether, creating your team, registering, additional fundraising ideas, we even have a downloadable poster on the web page. You can grab all of that, but also Steve is here to help you every step of the way. So now I think I'm going to hand it over back to Steve.
Yes, I'm back. Hello, everyone, again. Heidi just touched on a number of different ways to fundraise and some great ideas in terms of generating dollars. I'd just like to reiterate how your support can help make a difference and help those that we serve with the NKFI. So a quick breakdown here. For just $25, that offsets the cost for one person to attend Living with Kidney Disease and Transplantation seminars. These educational seminars connect patients with caregivers and provide resources and information on a variety of kidney disease and transplantation topics. Moving on to for just $85, you can provide one Illinois resident with a free kidney mobile screening. Participants at these screenings receive a battery of comprehensive medical tests and have a consultation with a medical professional on site. These are really invaluable check-in opportunities for these people that might not have easy access to these types of tests on their own. Next up is $100. That can provide a fun educational day for 2 children at our Kids with Kidney Disease and Transplantation event. This is a personal favorite of mine. This is a fun, interactive event for both children battling kidney disease and their parents. And additionally, children meet in a community of other young patients. So it fosters friendships in a community with other children going through the same battles that they are. So a really great event there. For $250, you can send 5 advocates to Springfield with the Kidney Advocacy Council. This is a crucial area of what we do at the NKFI. We work alongside lawmakers, medical experts, and community leaders to shape public policy on behalf of patients affected by kidney disease. You can actually review some of the current policies we're pursuing at nkfi.org/advocacy. And then finally, for $1,000, you can send 1 child to our week-long kidney camp. Plain simple, kidney camp provides children touched by kidney disease with an escape from the ordinary and just a week to get away from the stresses of home and to just be a kid. So with that, if you're unfamiliar before, I hope this was able to put into perspective the great impact your support of the walk will have on the kidney community in Illinois. We also do much more than just these 5 areas, so I encourage you all to check out our website for some more information on that. So moving right along, as mentioned, we did have a raffle as promised, and everyone that joined today is eligible for these prizes. As we all know, it's been a pretty tough time for the restaurant industry, so we have some gift cards to a few local restaurant groups that we hope you can enjoy at some point soon. So I'll announce the winners now, and then I'll reach out directly via email this week to get you your prize. So without further ado, 3rd place, which is $10 to 4-star restaurant group, is going to go to, and I apologize if I have any names wrong, but Celia Cheriton? Okay. So congratulations. I'll be in contact with you for your 3rd place prize. 2nd place is going to be $20 to Let Us Entertain You, and that's going to go to Lilybeth De Leon. Congratulations to you. And then for 1st place is $30 to One Off Hospitality Group, and that's going to go to, drumroll, that's going to go to John B. So congratulations to you all. Thank you all for joining us, and I'll be in contact soon to get you your prizes. So that's all we had today. We wanted to keep it short and simple. We really appreciate you joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you on September 13th. As Heidi said, we will stick around for a little bit for a Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to add them to the Q&A chat box on the bottom bar of your Zoom. Otherwise, my information is there if you want to send a question at any other time, or if you'd rather answer a question offline off the Zoom, feel free to contact me in there. So thank you all again. Please stick around for a Q&A. We'll get that started in just a moment.
Thank you.
In fact, we do have one question, and a very good question. So how are you going to social distance people? Again, very good question that we are looking at right now, since we are unsure that the parks will even open up, that we may end up making the event a completely virtual event, and we will keep everyone posted and updated on if we do need to make that decision. If not, we are looking at many different ways, whether it's depending on where we are in the phase, whether it's having staggered start times. Thankfully, Horner Park is a very large area where we are anticipating hosting it. So we would be able to keep people appropriately distanced from each other. And again, maybe having staggered start times. So these are all things that we are considering and that we will definitely keep people informed about. So we appreciate that very important question. So another one, where exactly is Horner Park? It's on the northwest side of Chicago. If you're familiar with basically by Irving Park in California. So it's not far from McFetridge Park for those of you who are ice skaters in the city. I know I went there a lot. So it's on the northwest side, and there is ample parking, because that is something that we took into consideration, that while there is CTA, the buses, but with the understanding that not everyone is comfortable taking public transportation. So this was a location that has ample parking.
Looks like it for now. Well, we'll stay on for just a couple minutes longer. If you have any other questions, feel free to add them to the chat there. Again, feel free to email me or call me directly. So.
Well, thank you again, everyone. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and stay tuned. So Steve is going to be sending out emails, and hopefully you've been receiving the emails so far, and he'll be sending out additional ones with numerous different types of fundraising events, information about the event if anything changes due to it. So be sure to be on the lookout for the emails from Steve.
All right, I think we'll call it there. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you on September 13th.